Hello and welcome to my brand new podcast, my introduction to the internet, my foray with SoundCloud. This is my thing. Yeah, this is my thing. It's called The Tasty Burger, and fuck you if you don't like the name, because it took me like fucking so long to think of, like unnecessarily long. I thought of like 3 different other names, changed that name to it, created an email address for it, and then ended up just picking a new name. So I have like 3 different email addresses now for like no reason. But I do want this to be a pretty interactive thing. So I do encourage people to email the show at thetastyburgerpod@gmail.com. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear you shit on me. Whatever you got to say, I want to hear it. So please feel free to email the show with anything you got. The Tasty Burger. Yeah, so it's named after my favorite movie, Pulp Fiction. In it, my favorite character goes to kill some guys. And, dude, it's just so fucked up. He goes to this guy's place, and, they're just eating. And he grabs the burger. You had to be there, I guess. You had to see it. But yeah, that's my favorite scene in any movie. Like, you're about to go kill some guy, and then you just take his fucking burger and you say, "That's a tasty burger." But yeah, okay, so yeah, that's the name of it, and that's what's going on, and this has been a fucking painful process because, every name I come up with, I just wanted to fucking blow my brains out when I said it out loud. So this is what we're sticking with. And, it's just going to be, me talking. So I don't know how many people will actually want to listen to that, but we'll find out. So I've been trying to quit weed, and fucking shit, that's hard. They don't tell you about that. They always say weed's not addictive. Well, look, man, this is my 15th time trying to quit, and it's not working. It's very strange to me. If any of you know good buddy Elijah outsmokes me, and if you know me, I don't get outsmoked. And he managed to quit. And I don't know how. Because I'm stuck here, I'll go like 6 hours, and I'll need a fucking a joint, man. I'll need a hit. I'll need something. I don't know what it is, but like my mouth starts getting all like like I just need that fucking, I need something in there. I need something to fucking, I don't know, drown out the fucking pain in this one. I don't know. But, yeah, so that's been fucking shitty. And then on top of that, I got a fucking flat tire this week, It's my second one in like 3 weeks. And it's my own fault, I'll be honest. When I got the first one popped, I had it fucking towed to the discount tire place, and he was like, bro, you got to replace both these tires. They're both fucked up. And I was like, well, how much is that going to be? And this man said $200. So I said, I'll just do one. And here's a little life lesson I should have done too, man. I really should have done too, because got the first one fixed, drove that bitch around for about a week. And then, second one went out just like he said it would. So I guess that's 0.1 for discount tire. I definitely should have done that. Now I've spent probably like an extra $100 just on Ubers and shit to try and fucking get to work when I don't have a car. So in the end, I probably spent more money not getting the second one changed than if I had just gotten it changed, which is funny to me. It's ironic. It blows though, really. What else we got going on? So COVID's back in a big way. It's back in season, man. Honestly, I didn't think it was gone, but just the way the media and all this shit goes, I just nobody was talking about it, so I figured it must be dying down, must be going away, and then boom, all of a sudden people go out protesting and more COVID. I wonder if they're related. Who could tell? Who could say for sure? But the whole mask thing, I don't... Listen. Wear a mask, obviously. If, Here's the thing about masks. Okay. They're useful if you want to protect yourself. And, of course, they're useful if you want to protect others. But they're not necessary 100% of the time, It's just like you got to be smart about it. Like, it's just a situational sort of thing, I mean, you see people driving in their cars with masks, walking outside with masks, nobody around them, nobody next to them, people just wearing masks just to wear them. I'm not sure. I mean, if that's your prerogative to keep yourself safe and you want to wear a mask 24/7, that's on you, I guess. But, don't expect everyone else to have that same attitude of I'm going to wear a mask all the time. Because I'm not, man, As much as I don't want to sound like a 40-year-old white lady right here, they're hard to breathe in. They really are. Especially if you're working, And I think a lot of the people saying, like, a lot of people making fun of those people who are saying you can't breathe in them, they're not wearing them that much because it's hard to breathe in them, And plus, dude, like, with the whole mask thing, I mean, the CDC told us 2 months ago you didn't need to wear a mask, which fucking pisses me off so much, dude. Like, what did they think was going to happen when they said you don't need to wear a mask? Like, they knew that you needed to wear a mask, right? So they told everybody not to wear a mask so that healthcare workers would have enough masks, right? But I know they didn't expect the virus to just go away quickly. So did they? I'm just thinking, like, did they think they were going to say don't wear a mask, and then nobody was going to wear a mask, and then COVID was going to, like, just go away, and then they'd be good with this, like, blatant lie they told? Was that the plan? Or was the plan to just lie and then just say you were lying? None of it makes any sense to me. And, after that, how can you fucking listen to anything the CDC says at all? Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. I'm sure it helps keep the spread down, of course, when you're around other people. But what am I supposed to do? Fucking listen to everything the fucking CDC says? Well, if I did that, there'd probably be a lot more people infected. Because, I was wearing a mask when they told us not to wear a mask. When I had to wear a mask, I was wearing a mask. But all in all, dude, it's a boring bummer situation, really, this pandemic. And I don't really want to talk about it anymore. So let's talk about Jeff Bezos. Apparently yesterday was Jeff Bezos or Amazon, their fucking anniversary, founding or whatever. And I saw this tweet that was like, this day in 1994, Jeff Bezos started his Amazon business in his garage, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, whatever. But then you look at all the comments, and all the comments are like, oh, yeah, Jeff Bezos, you forgot to mention that he got this $250,000 loan from his parents to keep his business afloat. This fucking asshole, and all this shit, like criticizing the guy for taking in a loan. And I'm just wondering, like, if any of these people started a business and they started to run into trouble, would they just be like, no, fuck that, I can't take a loan, that's capitalist scum right there, I can't do that. I'd rather my business tank and crash and burn than get a loan. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, yeah, his parents gave him some money, so that might make you angry, but why? because your parents can't give you $250K? Well, listen, man. That's how life is. You got to work around that. All these people are just so angry all the time. And I don't get it, man. Like, I don't want to be that guy that says pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but fucking, at a certain point, you just have to ignore Jeff Bezos and that he got $250,000. Ignore that. What's your fucking goal? Go do something, But I don't know. That's all I had to say about that, really. It's just, people are so angry all the time, and it's my own fault for going on Twitter, Everybody on Twitter is just angry. That's all you ever see. Anger and bad memes that get repeated over and over and over and over and over again. But, yeah. We got UFC fights coming up this weekend. Excited about that. If you're listening and you don't like the UFC, why? Because you have to pay $60 a month for this fucking pay-per-view shit every time there's a good fight? Well, hey, I hear ya, Same way, same thing. It sucks. They need to fucking change that. They need to just do a fucking, Hulu or Netflix type thing and just have people, pay. What does it got to be? Instead of having everybody pay $65 once, it's basically once a month. Every time there's a good fight, a good pay-per-view fight, $65. Instead of having that, what does it have to be? $20 a month from every person to get all the fights all the time? Wouldn't that be smarter than losing out money on people who don't want to pay $60? Or people who do want to pay $60, but, they want to see the fight, but fucking $60, that's a fucking video game, man. I'll go buy a video game and that'll last me months, maybe years. Who knows? A fight is good for a night. But anyways, you keep seeing that tweet, that video of Masvidal knocking out Askren. I don't know why it's so funny to me, this whole Askren-Masvidal situation, because it's at first I thought it was funny that Askren was getting mad, but now I'm just well, it's just a funny-ass knockout, man. Ben Askren, so confident in his wrestling, amazing wrestler, goes for the double, just ready to get the fight going, and Masvidal just cracks him, dude. And I don't know. I guess, is Ben Askren really mad? I look at his tweets and I laugh. I think it is funny that he gets mad. It's hilarious because, man, sometimes you just gotta take that shit. And of course he's doing a pretty good job of it, but he'll still interact with just that random Twitter guy. And, I saw one today. Ben Askren will tweet just some bullshit out, nothing to do with it, just some tweet, and somebody will comment on it, referencing the fight, referencing the knockout. And they said, you were wrong to shoot the double, you found that out. He just has a joke. And honestly, it was kind of a funny joke. Askren said, once you have the maturity to realize that you're wrong, you will grow. And some guy tweeted under it, you were wrong to go for the double on Jorge Masvidal. And I was like, that's pretty funny. But then, Ben Askren quotes it and replies to this fucking nobody and says, how long did it take you to come up with that, dummy? Huh? And it's just well, first of all, why are you wasting your time with this guy? And second of all, that's fucking... it's a true statement. You were wrong to go for the double on Jorge Masvidal. He fucked you up. I don't know. I just think it's funny, man. But other than that, we're just vibing on this. That was a few things that I wanted to just talk about that I've been thinking about. I think this is going to be an exciting experience. And we'll see if anybody likes it. I doubt it. I can't think of a single person who would want to listen to me for any given amount of time. Just me talking. Maybe I'll be like Joe Rogan, though, and get a bunch of fucking cool people on. That would be the ideal goal, right? It's just have a bunch of smart fucking people to talk to. Like, I would love to just, like, have that kind of, outreach. Just fucking email Elon Musk. Be like, yo, hop on. But unfortunately, that's not where we're at. We're at uploading to SoundCloud for likes. This is going terribly. I'm not even sure I'm gonna upload this. That's how bad this is going right now. But trying to get a new job. This job shit is really pissing me off. It's the reason I'm trying to stop smoking weed. And it's always a fucking job, man. Like, why do I have to fucking... It pisses me. Listen, bro. I can smoke weed and do anything, okay? I could smoke weed and do heart surgery if I felt like fucking going to school and learning that shit. I could smoke weed and run a 5K, probably. I mean, like, if I could run 5Ks... then I could smoke weed and also run a 5K, okay? Anything in my life that I've ever been able to do sober, I have been able to do on marijuana, okay? So please explain to me why I need to prove to these motherfuckers that I don't smoke marijuana. Why? What is the issue? What is the problem? It's a fucking plant, and you don't... at this point... who even gets high smoking weed? It's just, like, nice. So, it pisses me off, dude, but I need a new job, Because any job that you want to get that doesn't drug test is probably a shit job, and any job you want to get that does drug test will be a good job, but they drug test, and that's just fucking stupid to me. And I had thought that Nevada had just passed this law saying they can't test for weed in Nevada. Let me look that up. Weed testing, Nevada employment. My brain shut off right there for a minute. It passed this year, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Starting in 2020, it will be unlawful for employers in Nevada to refuse to hire someone based on the presence of marijuana in pre-employment drug screenings. The state in June 2019 became the first in the nation to pass such a law. So, okay, here. There are exceptions to the new Nevada law. It does not apply to firefighters. They can't smoke weed, I guess. Emergency personnel also cannot smoke weed. Drivers. Do we have to go over this? Everybody has said it. Who said it best? Fucking Tommy Chong? When you fucking drive on weed, you're not dangerous, bro. You are the safest person on the road at that point. You're fucking looking at everybody, nervous as shit. Or, when you get to my level, you're just fucking chilling. I love to smoke and drive. Smoking fucking Sunday drive. That's what it feels like. Anytime you smoke and go for a drive, it feels like Sunday driving, You put a good fucking song on, and you're just vibing, bro. Windows down. It's awesome. So, this is bullshit. And then, workers who, in the determination of the employer, could adversely affect the safety of others. Which, now that I'm reading this, is interesting. Because, look, technically, any employer could say that if you smoke weed, you'll adversely affect the safety of others. But it's just complete and utter nonsense, man. Show me somebody who has adversely affected somebody while on marijuana. Let's see. Crimes while suspect was on weed. There we go. Look at that. Already popping up for me. Okay, here's my point. I'm not going to find any fucking article that says some guy brutally murders his entire family while on weed. I'm not going to find any article that says, let's see, DUI crash because of weed. Let's see. Fatal car accidents involving marijuana have tripled in the U.S. Okay, this is not good for me. According to this article, researchers looked at crash statistics from 6 states that routinely perform toxicology tests on drivers involved in fatal car wrecks. Let's look at these states: California, Hawaii, Illinois, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and West Virginia. California has legal weed. I think Hawaii is legal medicinally, and I'm not sure about those other states. The data included more than 23,500 drivers who died within 1 hour of a crash between 1999 and 2010. Okay, so 99 to 2010 would be... So if they're saying it's tripled... 99 to 2010, there was no legal weed laws besides medicinal, if I'm not mistaken. You can only get it medicinally. So, not being a statistician myself, I think it's fair to say that you can't attribute a tripling due to the legalization. But that's beside the point. So what would cause... Okay, let's see what it says. The role of drugs in fatal car crashes increased considerably, accounting for more than 28% of traffic fatalities, which was up from 16% in 99. The research indicated that marijuana is the most common drug involved in fatal car accidents, contributing to 12% of 2010 crashes compared with 4% in 99. Okay. So, yeah. What does that show? Because, this is a very strange article, and I don't know if I completely agree with it. I'd be interested to see. Here, they have this statistic right here. In 2012, the number of alcohol-related traffic fatalities increased slightly to 10,322, which amounts to 1 death every 51 seconds. Okay. That's a lot of deaths every 51 seconds. But I'd be interested to see how many people are involved in fatal car crashes because of marijuana. I bet that'd be one every fucking day, maybe. I don't even know. I guess my whole argument's kind of falling apart here, but it's not that dangerous to smoke and drive, and it's really not. And I think it's kind of nonsense that they would ask me. Personally, I smoke weed, or I don't. I'm trying not to now, but I used to smoke weed every morning before I went to go and drive a forklift at 2:00 in the morning. So if I can smoke weed at 2 a.m. and then hop on a forklift and safely drive around and do all that shit, I think it's fair to say I could drive from fucking, Walmart to my house high, It's just nonsense to me. There's so much stigma around marijuana, and it's fucking annoying, man. This must be how people of other races feel in America. Stigmatized. Yeah, that took a wrong turn. But yeah, other than that, dude, we're trying to get this job merchandising so we can get, better hours, better pay. I'm tired of working. Yeah, I'm tired of working at 2 a.m. Every day is different, Could be 2 a.m., could be 3 a.m., could be 4 a.m., could be 5 a.m. Fucking going to sleep at 6 or 7 at night. It's just bullshit, man. It's not good for your body. I'm trying to be a healthier person. Really, I am. I'm trying to exercise and do yoga and fucking drink less soda and all that shit. So, I gotta stop smoking weed, but that's the thing, man. I just really don't fucking want to. I just really, really don't want to. Every time I think about not smoking weed, I'm like, well, I really should quit smoking weed. And then I give it like 5 seconds, and I'm like, but I could just not. I could just keep doing it. And I really can't tell you how fucking frustrating it is. Because that's another thing, Like I said in the beginning, who said weed's not addictive? They say anything can be addictive. Porn can be addictive, I feel like at this point, I've been smoking for pretty much 4 years straight without stopping. I feel like at this point, I'm probably pretty addicted, man. I'm a little dependent on it. And that, that's pretty weird. That's pretty shitty. But it's the same thing with nicotine, and I don't really give a shit about that. I mean, I do. It's probably fucking up my lungs and all that shit. But I guess we'd all just have our vices. I guess that's it at the end of the day. And we just got to figure out which vices we got to give up and which vices we're cool with. Personally, I'm cool with smoking weed, but the rest of the world isn't, which is fucking annoying. If I didn't have to quit smoking weed, I would probably try and quit smoking nicotine. But, I also don't want to stop smoking that either. Like, really? Like, what's the point? I don't have any negative consequences from either of these two things, besides the fact that society looks down on it, So, my question is just, why should I give a fuck? And I don't. I could smoke weed for the rest of my life as long as I could get a job anywhere I wanted. I could smoke nicotine the rest of my life as long as it didn't give me lung cancer. As soon as I went to the doctor and they told me I had a lung cancer, I'd stop smoking. Maybe. So, substances, man. That's all I gotta say about that. Substances. But I've been trying to think of ways to help it. And if anyone knows anything I can do, a 1-day detox that worked for them, any tips and tricks and shit to help stop smoking weed, please help me. Email the show. Go to our Instagram, The Tasty Burger Pod. Please, I really, I'm stuck here, man. I stopped smoking. I stopped for 4 days. I thought I was chilling. Then the weekend hit, and I'm like, fuck, man, it's a 3-day weekend. We got to celebrate. So I got a bunch of pre-rolls. And then my hard work that I'd done the past 4 days, the misery of those 4 days without smoking weed was just wasted. Fucking wasted. And now I just I can't, I can't go a day without it. Is that sad? Is that a sad thing? Seems sad. I mean, I think exercise really helps to sweat it out at least. So, I'm trying to exercise more, drink a fucking shitload of water. The thing is like, once I get the job, I can start smoking weed again. Like, they're not going to drug test me after that. It's just to get the job. And, if you fuck up, then they'll, if you cause an accident, because, you'd be driving a lot at this job that I'm trying to get. If you cause an accident, then they'll drug test you. But look, man, I'm a safe driver. I really am. If you know me, I've gotten in a couple of car accidents. But never with anyone else. So, there was only parked shit. I had, a parked car, a pole, and, one time I drove my car through the rocks, and I really just fucked it up. I thought it was, Mad Max, and I was just, in my little Pontiac, driving through the freaking vacant lots of Las Vegas, Nevada, Nevada. I hate when people say that. It's Nevada. But anyways, yeah, I was driving through that and fucking hit a couple bumps. And I guess what they said was all the rocks just shot straight up under the chassis, punctured the fuel tank, punctured a bunch of shit, totaled the car. Totaled it. You know? I remember I was with my girlfriend and we were driving through it and we were like, and I was like, you know, trying to show off and shit. And she was like, James, don't do that. You know, you'll fuck up your car. And I was like, it's fine. Drove like another mile and then it just stopped going. It stopped moving. I was like, whoa, fuck. That moment where you're like, well, you fucked up and that's all your fault, 100%. That was what I felt right then. But what was I talking about before that? Yeah, safe driving. I'm a safe driver, man. I really am. I'm pretty conscientious of other drivers. I know when other drivers are going to make some fucking moron move. There's so many morons on the road. Holy shit. It's bad for my road rage. And, I work on my road rage, like, actively, consciously. I'm in the car getting mad, and I'm like, no, don't do this, Like, I've been trying to not get so mad in the car. But fuck, it's hard, especially in Reno. If anybody listening to this lives in Reno, these... you have to know these fucking morons that are on the road every day. Listen, there's a lot of 2-lane roads in Reno, and it seems like every fucking person wants to drive right next to the other person and block off the entire road. Go 5 miles under the speed limit. Ooh, it's so aggravating. You know what else? Nobody can fucking turn here. Everybody slows down to 2 miles an hour to make a turn. And I'm like, get out of the fucking way. You're in the right turn lane. Just go. Just fucking go. I say that so much in the car. If you drive past me and you see my lips moving, I'm probably saying, just fucking go, you moron. That's my classic line in the car. Everybody here is just so fucking stupid. And in Vegas, I'm sure, it's the same amount of stupidity. But hey, the roads are bigger. You can go places. You can pass people. It's fucking incredible here. Something might be 10 minutes away, but it's going to take you 20 to get there. Because you got to deal with, first of all, these stupid moron drivers that don't know where they're going or don't have any fucking sense of purpose. Like, that's all I want from a driver. Just have a sense of purpose, We're all trying to go home. It's been a long day. Let's all go home. Why do you want to go so slow? Just put your foot on the gas. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen. It's okay. You deal with the moron drivers, and then after that, what else you have to deal with? The fucking lights. Let me talk to this fucking guy who fucking made these fucking lights. There's a guy, I'm pretty sure, in every city that times the lights so that when one set of cars is through, the next set of cars is pulling up to the light ready to go. So that way you don't have people waiting at red lights too long, ever. The fucking guy for Reno, he fucking didn't even graduate high school, bro, because listen, you'll be sitting at an intersection for fucking 5 minutes while nobody is going. Nobody. Not a single person. And I know they have the fucking wait pads in the street that let the light know, hey, there's a car here. And I know they have the fucking cameras, so they know nobody else is going. They know a car is just fucking sitting there and nobody else is going. And do they do anything about it? No. It's very fucking frustrating, man. It's very fucking frustrating. That's another thing I'm trying to work on, man. Stop smoking weed and stop being so mad at these idiot drivers. Idiots. I don't even speed, okay? In case you're wondering that, in case you're wondering if I'm just some fucking speed demon hound who's like, just fucking crazy on the road. It's not even that. I go the speed limit. I just cruise control at the speed limit. These people go under the speed limit. Under it. They go 5 miles under it. And if you're one of those people, please email into the show, thetastyburgerpod@gmail.com, and let me know why. Just let me know why. Why you can't go 35. Why you gotta go 30. That's another thing about the roads here. The speed limits. They don't make any fucking sense. You know? A 3-lane highway with a speed limit of 45 miles an hour. Makes me want to fucking shoot myself. I have to drive it every day to go to work. 45 miles an hour. They just recently increased it to 55. Which is still below freeway speed limit. It's a fucking freeway. It's 3 lanes. There's no intersections. There's a couple lights. That's it, man. It's fucking frustrating, you know? I just want to get to where I'm going. But I guess, you know, you got to accommodate the morons in this world, so I guess you can't have everybody going at 65. I guess they wouldn't be able to really handle that extra 10 miles per hour. Even though I'm pretty convinced that section of street that I'm talking about, this 3-lane highway with a speed limit of 45, 55 now, well, let's just say it's a 55 speed limit freeway. I'm pretty sure it's just literally a speed trap, an income generator for the fucking city, because there's a cop on that road every day. And I see somebody get pulled over 3 out of 5 weekdays, dude. I swear to God. There's always a cop there, always pulling somebody over. And do you know why? Because it's a 3-lane highway with a speed limit of 55. That's why. Because everybody gets on the road and they're like, oh, it's a freeway. But the speed limit is 55. And so, of course, a cop is able to pull somebody over every day. Happened to me, man. I was going 70 because that's how I go on the freeway. 70 because I'm trying to go home. And at the time, the speed limit was actually 45. So I could have got a pretty big ticket, but the cop, you know, white guy to white guy, he just gave me a cheap little $100 ticket. So that's interesting, though. Me and my girl were driving to Vegas not too long ago, and we got to this little side area off the freeway. Still 2 lanes, but the speed limit was decreased to I think like 55, something similar like that, 55. Maybe there's a code for where a highway is, and it needs to be 55, and it can't be 65, because the road's the exact same as the rest of the freeway. 2 lanes, open area, all that. But the speed limit's just lower for, like, whatever reason. Anyways, we were driving. My girl was driving. And we were not going the speed limit. And this car's coming up, you know, approaching us on the other lane. And I immediately recognized it as a cop. You know how you can just tell by the front of the car? I'm not even talking about those Ford Explorers that fucking trick everybody. Because those aren't really on the highway out there. It was like a truck. But you know how you can just tell sometimes, you know, I think it might be like the siren, because you can't really make it out, but it's just something looks different about the car, and, you know, you automatically recognize it. At least I do. Anyways, I recognized that it was a cop. She didn't really slow down. He lit us up, hit us with his lights, and then this guy, we pull over into the side of the road, into the dirt, so we're completely off the road, and this guy just pulls into the middle of the road. In the middle, in both lanes, rolls down his window, doesn't bother to turn around, doesn't bother to park, doesn't bother to get out, just rolls down his window and starts fucking yelling at us like, what's the speed limit here? And, you know, my girlfriend didn't even know. I had to be like, it's 55. And so she told him it's 55. And, you know, he does that dickhead cop thing where it's like, so why are you going 65 or whatever we were going? I think 65, 70. And, you know, we just, like, you know, did that bullshit apology thing where, you know, oh, yeah, sorry, we'll go to speed limit now and all that. And he just fucking drove away because cops don't want to do paperwork. But then my girl said something, you know, she said, I wonder what he would have done if we were not white, if we were black. What would he have done? Would he have pulled us over? Would he have given us a ticket? What would have happened? It's an interesting thought. Because, you know, my personal belief, and I can't speak from the black perspective at all, but I think the cops in general, they just don't want to do paperwork, you know? So maybe he just was in a mood to not do paperwork that day. Maybe he was making his way down to Tonopah to get a Subway, and he just really didn't want to fucking take the time to write up a speeding ticket, you know? It takes like 10 minutes. It sucks. So maybe, or maybe he saw us as whites and he said, hey, brothers, hey, brethren, you're good to go, but I'm still going to be a dick. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, you know? Which, that sounds ignorant. I'm sure it does. But I think it's not even a worthwhile topic to talk about. It's not even worthwhile to talk about. Because, well, here's the thing. It just made me think. It made me think, of course, about what would happen. Because, you know, it was right in the midst of all this BLM shit. And the idea just came into my head, man. You know, we were just in the middle of nowhere. Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. But this guy just decided to pull into the middle of the road, roll down his window, bark some orders at us, and drive away. Why? That's up for debate. I personally think he didn't want to do the fucking paperwork. I don't think he was a cool guy. I'll say that. I don't think he was a guy that would just, not write a ticket because he felt bad. I don't think he was that kind of guy. But was he the kind of guy that would do all that extra shit just because the person is black? I don't know. I can't say. I think no. I hope no, you know? That's the way I think about it, is I hope that if I was black, you know, he would have done the same thing. But I don't know. And that's an issue. It's a real issue. But, you know, if we're going to go controversial, let's go controversial. This defund the police shit, it's got to stop. It's got to stop, man. I get it. I understand what you're trying to do, and I fully support it. I think it's a great plan. I think it was a great idea what I have heard about it from people who talk about it. The way I understand it is they want to not defund the police, but divert resources that are being given to the police, and instead, you know, give those to the community, give those to social workers, give those to other people who can benefit the community in other ways, right? But here's the problem. You're calling it defund the police. What do you think fucking Carl, 40 years old, Minnesota, drives a blue pickup truck? What do you think he's going to think about that? We need police, dumbass. Who's gonna call when someone breaking into your home? We need the police. Which is true. We need the fucking police. We do. They're a necessary item. That's why they were created. But here's the thing. If I don't understand what your movement is talking about from your little slogan, it's not gonna fucking work. Look at the Republicans, bro. Build the wall. Easy to understand. They want to build a wall to keep the Mexicans out. Makes sense. I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. Okay? Defund the police. You say that, and you got 10 other people talking about what it means. When I first heard it, I thought, what do they want to? They want to just get rid of the police? That's what they really want to do? That's a dumb idea. It's really dumb. And then somebody had to explain to me, no, that's not what they want. They want to divert these resources and, you know, put them more into the community. But if somebody has to explain that to me, you've already failed. You've already failed. Because I'm the kind of person that will follow up and try to figure out what they're talking about. Most people aren't. Especially the people you're trying to convince. The Republicans. And the rest of the nation. The 50% of the country that doesn't agree with you. The 50% of the country that says all lives matter. And the 5% of the country that says, Black Lives Matter is white genocide or whatever the fuck they say. It's an attack on, you know, what was that sign in Vidor, Texas? Equality or whatever is a code word for white genocide or some shit like that. Like, just absolutely racist people. You're not going to convince them, and you may never convince them, but you're definitely not going to convince them with your dumbass slogan of defund the police. Listen, I could think of 5 different slogans right now. Now, I'm putting myself on the spot here. Look, invest in the community. Divert resources from the police. Police reform now. Like, there's literally any fucking thing you could... I need two more. Let's see here. Your tax... let's see. No. Okay, so maybe I can only think of three. But still, those three are better than defund the police. Because nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about. It's... Come up with better slogans, man. Just like... I get it. And everybody on your side gets it. Everybody who's saying defund the police... I think, most of them get what they're actually saying. They want to divert those resources into the community. But the people you're trying to convince, which is America, you have to get a majority, right? You have to get the majority to agree with you that this is a good idea, and the majority of people aren't going to agree with defund the police right off the bat. And listen, if you want real reform, real reform comes from money, and that's a sad fact. I know it's hard after seeing all these videos and all this shit on Twitter. Listen, I was on the same book. Why give the police money? Like, why? It's kind of fucking hard to argue that the police need money when you're seeing them beat the shit out of innocent, helpless people. It's really hard to say they need more money. But look, think of this. When has a situation ever been solved by taking away the money? Let's think of when we've done that. Iran, Iraq, the Middle East. We sanctioned them, took away their money, took away their ability to trade. What happened? A 20-year war? That's right. Yep, that did happen. Let's see. China, we put sanctions on them. Are they our friends yet? I don't think so. So, that's just the thing. Nothing is going to get solved by taking away money. You take away money from the police departments, you're just going to get shittier people, shittier bosses, shittier captains, shittier rules, and an all-around shittier fucking police department. What they need is more funding and more oversight. Because clearly there's not enough oversight in these police departments when people are getting away with the shit they're getting away with. That guy that killed George Floyd had fucking 13 or whatever he had fucking previous complaints against him. And what happened? Nothing. I wish that was like that at my job. Wish I could get written up 13 times and then just be like coolin', But I can't. 3 strikes, you're out. That's the usual rule. We should put that in the police departments too. Because, everybody's on the same page. They're tired of these people being above the law. They're tired of these people not being held accountable. They're tired of these people doing it in the fucking first place. When I see a video... God, I saw a video the other day of these 2 black people in a car getting pulled over, totally cooperating with police, window cracked, they were talking to them, and all of a sudden the police just reaches down inside the window, unlocks the car, and tries to yank him out of the car with his gun drawn. There's no argument, there's no conflict. The cop does that. And you gotta ask yourself, why? Why is that your first move? To pull out your gun and try to yank somebody out of a car? And you know what the guy did? He fucking slammed the door shut and drove away. And you know what he said? Fuck! Who the fuck am I supposed to call? Who the fuck are you supposed to call? The police just fucking tried to kill you, basically. Your life was at threat. You gonna call the police and say a police officer tried to kill me? What? So you gotta feel for these people in this situation. And you gotta support them. Like, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are, your political... You just gotta support these people because they're getting fucking murdered in the streets. Murdered in the streets, and they don't have any recourse. There's no accountability. There's no justice. It's very angering. I get it, 100%. I'm on everybody's side. But, listen, stop saying defund the police. You're not going to convince anybody. Anybody. Except the people you've already convinced. And, what do you need them for? But anyways, I don't want to leave it there. I don't know really how we got into that. How we got into the BLM movement, but kind of want to leave this on a more cheery note. So let's look at something new. Something new in the world. See, what I'm looking for is a website. What I want is a website that's like Shark Tank. On Shark Tank, they'll always just come out with new shit. Like like a fucking squatty potty or a fucking, a fork that is also a knife. Even though forks are pretty good as knives already, but that's what I want. I want a website that is like Shark Tank that tells me what these new people are doing. So there's none, of course. But let's look at this. Wearable air conditioning unit. Let's see this. A team of researchers at the NC State University could have found the material of tomorrow's clothing. This smart fabric could be used in clothes that would heat or cool the wearer. Heat or cool the wearer. This would be achieved by introducing tiny carbon nanotubes, CNT for short. CNT for short, man. You know what that stands for? Tiny carbon nanotubes. That seems like such Okay. Containing a mix of electrical, thermal, and physical properties inside of the fabric of clothes. The researchers enhanced the properties of the carbon nanotubes to make it more resistant to air exposure. The major concern is to make a fabric that isn't harmful to humans, but that is also not expensive. These carbon nanotubes happen to be safe for humans and relatively cheap. The objective is to heat or cool the person wearing the clothes made of this fabric, but not to change the body temperature itself. What do you guys think of that? We could all be wearing AC units in the future. Interesting. I think big AC is gonna try and squash that out. If everybody's just wearing AC clothes, I don't need an AC in my house, So that's gonna really fuck up the energy companies. ACs are really weird, actually, because I never thought 75 degrees was that cold, but on some days in my house, 75 degrees and I'm freezing. Why is that? 75 degrees is like the perfect temperature, right? But I'll still be cold. And it's like, it's not blowing out 75 degree air. It's making the room 75 degrees. That took me so long to get the hang of. I remember when I was a kid, I thought it was more just like a car AC where, you put it on. I thought, if you put it on like 67, you were blowing cold air out and like that. And I thought if you put it on like, 85, it'd be blowing hot air out. But really, it's just making it that temperature. So I guess most people probably knew that already. And that was just my little revelation. What do we got here? Controlling your emotions with HapB. Would you be interested in controlling your emotions with a device? HapB claims to be able to do that using electromagnetic frequencies to better your mental health. You can reduce stress, sleep better, and be more productive at work, and relieve symptoms of anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorders. Okay, the thing is, this thing is like a necklace, I guess, but it looks so ridiculous. It looks like a bike lock. It looks like a bike lock on your neck, dude. So nobody's wearing that, even if it'll make them happier, which it won't, because people will laugh at them. Drive-through COVID-19 testing booth. Oh, they already came out with that, huh? COVID testing's already got drive-throughs. That's pretty incredible. Face mask vending machines. Come on, bro. You could just take a regular-ass vending machine and put face masks in it. What are we doing here? I want to find a good one to really end on. A good fucking invention. Oh, here we go. Listen to this. Charge your e-vehicle with solar pavement. Pladio has just installed the first solar pavement for use on a residential driveway. The system consists of interlocking units called patio solar pavers. Each paver is made from 400 recycled PET plastic bottles to make the product more durable than concrete. When did plastic get more durable than concrete? That happened recently, sometime. They started saying plastic was more durable than concrete, but only like certain, types of plastic. Obviously, your fucking water bottle is not stronger than concrete, but when did they do that? When did they make plastic as strong as concrete? I'm curious. Anyways, the energy generated is fed back onto your household's power network, and they claim a 20 square meter solar driveway can cover the yearly energy consumption of an average household. Wow. That is the future, man. You thought you were doing the right thing by putting solar panels on your roof. Put them on your fucking driveway, dude. Charge your whole car and your house. They come in 4 colors and are anti-slip, so you can safely walk on them. 4 colors. I'm not gonna lie, dude. This shit looks pretty badass. I remember seeing a video a long time ago on Facebook that sort of was like this, except the idea was, oh, that's cool. So it's a solar panel on the floor of your driveway, and then it has a little car charger booth next to it, and so it just puts the energy straight into that little car charger thingy, and then the rest will go to your house. That's really cool. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I remember them. They had a sort of a similar thing, but what the idea was to replace all the roads, every single road, with solar panels, and you could power the entire world like that, which I thought was a brilliant idea. Of course, that'll never happen, and we all know why. Corporations. But anyways, solar-powered driveways are coming, and they are going to be great. And that's where we'll end it. Thanks for listening, guys. If you made it through, I appreciate you. I love you. If you didn't, I understand. All right. I will catch y'all next week. Bye-bye.